It's surprisingly easy to trick yourself into feeling like you're getting a lot done. First, you convince yourself that there's just not enough time in the day. Then you try to juggle multiple activities at once, thinking that if you do more, you'll achieve more. But here's the catch. Being caught up in endless tasks doesn't necessarily mean you're actually accomplishing anything meaningful, right? The real aim isn't to cram your day with as many tasks as possible. The goal is to work smarter, not harder, to maximize the quality of your effort, not just the quantity. The hard truth is that multitasking, the habit of splitting your attention across several tasks at once, actually reduces your efficiency, not enhances it. It's really that simple. When you divide your attention, your energy is spread so thin that nothing truly gets done well. You succeed in creating an image of busyness, but you fail to create genuine progress. As Matt Perman once said, "Because time is limited, we must focus on one task at a time. Time is precious. Let's not squander it on false productivity." Single tasking is the remedy for this. It's the way you shift from feeling overwhelmed to becoming truly productive. Back in the 1960s, multitasking was a term used to describe computers, machines built to process multiple functions simultaneously. Humans, however, are not machines. We've adopted this concept and even celebrate it in modern life, but the truth remains. The human brain simply isn't wired to multitask. We're trying to wear a machine's capability as if it were our own natural skill, and that's a recipe for inefficiency. Scientific research backs this up. A study from the University of London found that multitasking can cause a temporary drop in IQ by up to 10 points. Similarly, researchers at Stanford University discovered that habitual multitaskers are more distracted, less efficient, experience slower memory recall, and make more mistakes. Here's why. When you think you're doing multiple things at once, what you're really doing is task switching. Your brain is rapidly toggling focus between activities. Even though it happens in milliseconds, each shift costs you mental energy, reducing your overall effectiveness. In fact, studies show that task switching can slash productivity by up to 40%. So the downside of multitasking isn't just theoretical, it's measurable and serious. The solution? Focusing on one task at a time. When you monotask, you train your mind to direct full attention toward a single goal. This sharpens your focus, boosts creativity, and increases the likelihood of entering flow state, a mental zone where you perform at your highest level. We might not be able to eliminate all multitasking from our lives, but we can control it, especially when working on high-priority tasks. Here's how to intentionally design an environment that supports single tasking. 1. Time block your tasks. Carve out a specific block of time in your calendar for important work and protect that time like you would a crucial meeting. Treat it as a non-negotiable appointment with yourself, dedicated solely to deep, focused effort. The more consistent you are, the more you reinforce a mental habit that says, "This is my focused work time." For example, I block 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. every weekday just for writing. No emails, no meetings, no distractions. 2. Tackle your priority first. Willpower isn't an infinite resource. It's strongest at the start of the day and gradually depletes as the hours pass. That's why getting your most critical task done early is so important. Early in the day, your mind is fresher, your focus sharper, and your energy higher. Save less important activities like checking emails or administrative work for later. Ask yourself, what's the most important thing I need to accomplish today? Then get to it first thing. 3. Eliminate distractions ruthlessly. When it's time to focus, clear everything that could pull your attention away. Turn your phone on airplane mode, or better yet, leave it in another room. Declutter your workspace. Shut the door. Use Do Not Disturb signs if needed. Close all unrelated browser tabs. Even background music can help if it keeps your mind engaged. Instrumentals often work best. I personally use the Freedom app to block distracting websites while I'm working. Your environment should be designed for focus, not fragmentation. 4. Use a time limit. Setting a deadline for your task helps inject urgency into your workflow. For instance, I give myself 2 hours to finish writing an article. If I didn't set a limit, the task could stretch endlessly, opening the door to procrastination. Sometimes I run over because I'm in a great flow, and that's perfectly fine. The point is, a time limit creates a natural pressure that pushes you toward completing the task efficiently. Remember, being busy and being productive are two very different things. Productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing better. It's about focusing your efforts where they count. You can juggle two activities at the same time, but you cannot focus on two things simultaneously. So ditch the multitasking myth. Choose to monotask instead. That's the real path to meaningful productivity.